Okay. All right, I believe I'm live. Uh, Let me put this thing up and make sure that I send out all my announcements and reminders and whatnot. But welcome to the stream. So I did say that I was going to start streaming on Fridays and Saturdays specifically. This is like an extra stream. Um, don't expect me to regularly stream on Sunday evenings. But yeah, let me just send out all my reminders so that way people show up and then we'll be Gucci. If you are in chat, uh go ahead and say hi if you're feeling comfortable with that. Yeah, I've been told that my keyboard is a little loud, but that's pretty. Oh, right. I'm also concurrent with Vinny, so maybe no, I can't. Yeah, very fun competing with a guy you're a big fan of. But that's how the brick wall falls. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I guess it's not called Rusty Lake. It's called Cube Escape, right? Maybe can I update that? Can I update the title of this? Will it let me do that? I don't really know all the settings with this. Um, I guess once I start the video, I can't edit it. Okay, that's cool. Uh, it's real fun. It's real fun. Let's get Rusty Lake up for you guys so you guys can see. What do I do here? I do this, and then I do that. Is it up? If I remove that, does that... It's not visible. That's interesting that OBS can't capture that. Let me see what I can do. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm just figuring out how to get my um capturing software to show you guys the game that I'm looking at. Okay. Ooh, not that. Not that. This one. Let me no, can't crop it. I'd rather not show the whole screen. But I'm guessing that whoever's in chat doesn't really know how to use OBS. Can I... What does that do? that's loud. Okay, so that's not it either. Sorry, I probably should have figured this out before starting the stream, but you know how it is. Okay. S- No. Well, now I understand every streamer who I have ever seen who's like, I cannot figure out how to get this thing to capture properly. I get that now. Okay, sweet. Oh, that is really loud on my end. I hope it's not as loud on your end. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I figured it out. We're good. Okay. So this is Rusty Lake. This is a series that I've been very much a fan of for quite some time. Um, like I remember when seasons first came out. Uh, okay. So I guess we'll get started with the first one. I will try not to spoil anything and just play it as it is. So here we have a list of memories, right, of like different years, different seasons, hence the title. I'll start with spring 1964. What do I remember? So here we have the room. Ooh, it's a mysterious apartment that we're in. Got a chest of drawers that I can look through, collect some items from. Got a spoon and the matches. All that you touch, you change. Alright, so got some blinds that I can open up. Got bird. His name is Harvey. Let me turn on the lights. Oh, there's a photo piece. And a bunch more items. Locked oven. Sink works. Can I light that? Yeah, it's a gas stove. Okay. Wow. Water in the pot. Neat. Music's all dramatic and whatnot. Alright. Egg to a cube. Rusty Lake, mental health and fishing. Prozac. I'm more of a Zoloft guy myself, but go off, I guess. This is what? Dr. Hatchet? I don't think we're supposed to be able to read that. See something. Can I eat Harvey's egg? Got a radio. Bad reception. That's locked. Okay. Harvey. Got some bird seed for Harvey. And Harvey is a girl. Interesting. Alright. So I guess we're gonna boil this egg. I don't know. I've never boiled an egg. You know, if I had to think of like ways that I'm gonna cook an egg, most of them are gonna be fried in some fashion or put into a skillet. But I guess I have to work with the one uh what's the word that I'm looking for? I guess pot that I have, pot pan. I'm trying to think if there's a generic term for that. Oh, that's spooky. So moths in the moths in the egg. And a cube. Wow, I guess that's why they call it. Chat, did you see that? What was the thing? Oh, another photo piece. Okay, it's cube here. Okay, so we've got like a person and a dress. Okay, put the photo together. Light the candle and light a fire. It all goes dark and starry. And I guess we're out. I guess we beat the first season. My favorite sun song. Alright, so it's real dark this time. Remember that song? Still 20 milligrams. Ooh, there will be blood. Photo piece. Huh? Well, that's totally normal. Hand in the... Whose hand is that? Like, I'm thinking about this as someone who has played every Rusty Lake game multiple times through. I don't know whose hand that is. So that's... Whose hand would that be? I guess we'll go into that later, once we've met some more characters. So far we've got Lady in a dress. Too heavy to lift. Alright, let's turn the lights on. There we go. Alright, we got a key. Is it Harvey's key? No, it's not. Whose key is it? It's this key. Alright, so we need a 4-digit code. We have a tape player. Can I play the tape? Alright, let's play the tape. Very grandiose. It's very fun to have the background calm piano still playing in synchronously with Harvey's song. Yeah. Oh no, I broke it. There will be blood. Still have this clock. Oh, I can set the time, but it doesn't... I don't know what time to set it to. Alright. Moon. Let's look at the moon. With a spyglass, that's definitely going to give you the right amount of magnification to do this level of detail. And I can zoom in with a spyglass. Oh. It's a message from the past? 1487. Because that's the radio from a few years ago. Rest in peace, lady. I sure do Love watching that murder scene over and over and over again. 1487. Okay. Shrimp. That's live despite having been locked in the safe. This game makes a lot of sense. Can I... Okay, I pried open the oven. So let's turn the oven on. How are we doing tonight, chat? Let's try cooking the shrimp. Ooh. Coming back to this game, like I remember playing it, you know, well over a decade. I guess about a decade ago. And on the tiny little screen that I had, that graphic was great. They did not scale it up when they put it on Steam. Oof. Or maybe it's supposed to have like a blurriness to it. Cube. Neat. Alright, we can light the candle like this is Rent. Can't use the tape, so I might as well burn it. Let's go here. Alright, so I have this thing, which I can use to fix the wire. Alright, let's go turn the lights off so I can actually use that thing. Alright. This stuff that shows up under black light. A crying face? Like some sort of pog? Is it blood or is it something worse? Not worse. That's sex negative. Okay. Got some photo pieces. Did I grab them all? I did. Alright. We are almost ready to escape this memory. Okay. So I guess this is kind of disorienting, right? From where we were before of like, what is this game? What's going on here? So we've got someone, whoever I'm playing as, trapped in this apartment, going through several years of memories of, I guess, a murder that took place. Quite unfortunate. It's fall now. Harvey is here. Thanks, Harvey. I love your very human screams. Got a light. Alright. Nothing in there. Can I force... No. Okay. The sink still works. That's fun. Got some photos over here. So I guess we're going from memory to memory, trying to piece together this murder. Alright. 3. 6. Press 1. 2 eggs. Clock is 4. This guy. Woman found dead, no sign of killer. 3. Harvey's song in a very gruesome looking forest. That was foreshadowing, or really should have been. Channel 5, murder, suicide. Harvey's crimes. Blood from the ceiling. It's an eye! Ah! Alright, let's grab the photo piece. Alright, so we still need a cube. The past is never dead, it's not even past. That's one of those phrases that, like, I don't feel like the Rusty Lake team was the first to coin it, but, like, 13-year-old me playing this game for the first time heard that phrase, and it's just been stuck. So, like, the phrase punk's not dead, always have to follow it with, it's not even punk. There will be blood. Chat, look away, this is gonna be gruesome. Okay, so is that canon? That Harvey dies here? Is this what brings his reign of terror to an end? Or is this like a plot hole that, like, they put it in the first game and then they dropped it? Because Harvey's a reoccurring character for those who are unaware of this series, so Harvey showing up, Harvey being here and dying here, and then I guess Laura being the name of the woman, she also dies here, but it's very clear that she doesn't, right? Like, you go... Okay, let's just continue playing the game. I don't want to spoil what's gonna happen in a few minutes. Right. Well, I got my cube. Does Harvey also die in 1971? Alright. 10 years later, we're in Laura's apartment still. I guess it's an apartment. This room has no door. What is this room? Anyway. Okay, so 4 elements that need to be collected, 4 numbers associated with them. Phone plus fuel, change the past. Cube plus fires, escape the memory. So we're stuck in these memories, and we're trying to change the past. And presumably we're supposed to keep Laura from dying in this game. And I guess we also save Harvey? I guess we also save Harvey. Alright, 1310. So that's a time. Oh. Music. It's Harvey's song, still on the radio all these years later. An axe. Okay. And the matches. Do they sell these matches? I think the new cards that they're selling come in this, like, a box that looks like those matches. But I don't think that's actually a match box. Okay, 905, 355, 1125, and 110. Or 1310 if you're using military time. So let's go to the grandfather clock. Set it to 110. Gotta click. It's me. Before Undertale, it was me, you know? You know, shadowy you in the mirror. uh, I guess it's interesting streaming, right? Right, because it's like, I've played these games over and over again. I get a lot out of them. I've shown them to IRL friends. But with streaming, it's definitely interesting because, like, we don't have, like, a back and forth. I wonder if, like, music's too loud a little bit. It's, like, the same volume as my speaking, and I want to make sure that you guys can hear all the important things that I'm saying, all the times that I say, so that just happened, you know? But, like, it's interesting not having that back and forth. Which I guess is like why I'm so intrigued by the concept of Georgia. Georgia as in the person who's been regularly visiting my blog and encouraging me to play games, but also insisting that they won't talk to me directly. I don't know. Let's break these boards down. Alright, got some wood. Oh, alright, window is broken, but... Oh, there's a figure. So is that Rob? Is that Robert? I guess that's Robert. Who's a character who shows up in a later game. Alright, blue cube is in. Alright, we can... What do I have? No, I don't have anything else. Okay, fire can go in the fireplace. Can light that. We have water. We need the other photo pieces. So that one's 4. This is 1, I believe. This is 2. And then we have 3 up here. So where is the last photo piece? Alright, so we need to activate the phone in order to... Oh, did I turn the lights on? I did. Also interesting that Laura's apartment would never be renovated at any point. Oh, did I already? I placed 1. So there's 2 and 3. What am I missing? Have that there. Not here. Where is the last photo piece? Is it down here? It's here, by the stove. Okay. Nifty. But yeah, it's interesting not having the back and forth, because I feel like that's where I'm gonna know what people are interested in hearing me say, I guess. Otherwise, it's just gonna be me rambling, and if I don't have that sort of back and forth, I'm just gonna keep saying a bunch of random shit. And I'm slowly gonna go insane, like I'm Laura trapped in this apartment hiding from the rest of the world and whatever Mr. Owl is plotting. Just me and, well, not Prozac. As I said, I'm a Zoloft guy. Alright, Harvey. It was 9:05 for this, so click. Alright, we open this. These are all the items that I need. It's still me. I'm this weird shadow thing. Am I Laura's shadow thing in this game? Am I Albert's shadow thing in this game? There's like 3 or 4 shadow guys that I can like directly think of. I guess it would make most sense for me to be Laura's, but in this memory, Laura's not dead yet? Wait, no, 1971, she kills Harvey and then kills herself. Suicide is wrong, chat, in case that's not immediately obvious. I don't condone. This one channel only plays Harvey's song. But yeah, I don't condone. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, a seed. Okay. Harvey, let's set you free, bro. Go. Whatever. Go, my parrot. Let's take this pot of water and put out the fire. Grab this log, and then I'm gonna wedge the window open. Yeah, this is not great having Harvey on the loose. That guy's got the highest kill count of anyone in this game. Alright, can my recently doused log be set right on fire again? And I guess that's supposed to be the log from Twin Peaks, in which case watching the log burn is very saddening because that log was like a, I don't know, the log was a character. Alright. Seed planted, not very well, but it is planted. Um, Fire is lit, Harvey is free and off to kill more people. Okay. 1971. This one was 355. It's me. Alright, my cactus is doing alright that I planted in the last game, or the last memory. A wrench. Let's fuck up the oven. Because that's the only pipe that's visible. And then let's go. Back to the murder scene, except I guess no one's dead at this point. The cactus is doing alright. Hasn't come into bloom yet. So this is 11:35? No, 25. 11:25. Alright, I got the matches so I can burn the candle. And now we can return back to the present of 1981. 10 years after Laura and Harvey died. I guess. Alright, so we got our Prozac. We have our cactus. Harvey is here. Let's summon that little motherfucker. Alright. Shout out to this one. Yeah. Alright. The one radio station that never plays anything else for a solid decade. And then my mushrooms. Okay. Okay. I'm ready to make some smoothies. Fruit. Fruit is 2. This is 2. 1 is the flour. So let's... I believe I have to put water in with this as well because there's not enough substance already in the flour to blend it. Yeah, alright. Flour smoothie goes in 1. Mushroom is 3. Let's pull my mushroom. Is that enough to blend? No, it needs water. Okay. Which apparently triggers a thing. Okay. I have my fucked up smoothie. My shroom smoothie. Alright. And then let's make my pill smoothie. Okay. Okay. Let's change the past. Because what I need is to talk on the telephone to Mr. Crow. And I guess let Mr. Crow know that I have reached, mysterious, was it called? Corrupted soul status? Okay, there we go. I answered the phone. It's me, I answered the phone. And then I guess at this point I have to go back to this one? There we go. I uncorrupted myself and turned back into Laura. It's me. And all else fades away. Winter, 1981. There is a tree. And Laura is alive in her little cube. So that's Rusty Lake Seasons. That took a lot. That took a lot shorter than I remember it taking, but also, I mean, I've kind of memorized these first few games. Um, I think we've got enough time for me to do the lake as well, because I remember the lake being really short. But now we're sort of introduced to the Rusty Lake world. We've got Laura, we've got uh Harvey, we've got the murder of the woman, and we have to figure out what happened to her. Um, and there's cubes, which allow you to access memories and change the past. And there's Rusty Lake, mental health and fishing. I found an abandoned cabin at Rusty Lake. So I guess in this one we're playing as Laura? Do we know who we're playing as in this one? No, this is before Dale goes to the lake, so this... I don't know who we're playing as in this one. Alright, so we got our fishing rod. Do we have a crowbar? We do. Alright, let's use the crowbar. An eyeball in the wall. That's very, very Rusty Lake, unfortunately. Alright, so we got that. Use the keys. It's not those two. It's this one. Old. My favorite. Alright, so we're at this cabin at the lake and we're fishing. Very normal. Let's put some line on there, put a hook on there. And I guess we'll fish with the mold first. So let's go. Let's fish with mold. Alright, there we go. I got a shell. Let's fish with not the eye. We need to fish with the grub. No. Oh, it auto-sorted my inventory. I don't like that. Alright. We got a shrimp. I love shrimp. Where is... Is that a shrimp or is that a crawdad? I guess it's a shrimp because it's labeled as a shrimp, but I'm trying to think of like places where shrimp are found in lakes. I don't know, I guess I'll have to look into that. Along with, does being in water prevent you from being heavily irradiated? Okay. Key goes here. Alright, we got a magnet and we got a worm. So let's go magnet fishing. Ready, go. Key. Anything else? Box. Second box. Hell yeah. Okay. So this is a 6 times 2, 3, 7. So if this 6 is facing the right way, and the 7 is facing the wrong way, the 3 is facing the wrong way, and the 2 is facing the wrong way, should this 6 be reversed? Or would that look too phallic? Were they worried that like a heart on a line would look too confusing? I'm thinking too hard about it. Alright, so 6 times 7 is 42, so the last digit is 2. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 4. We're gonna have a 2, carry the 1. Yes, we have 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 3. What did I do wrong? 6 times 7. 6 times 6 is 36. Add another 6, that's 42. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. There's another 2. 1422. I can do multiplication. And then the other box, remember the seasons. Well, don't mind if I do. And then if I go back to that other TV, 25641, I'll do that after we finish this game. So we open the last thing. There we go. Alright, so we're almost done here, right? We've got one more thing that I can reasonably fish with, which is my worm. So let's put my worm on the hook. Let's go fishing. Fish. Alright. Worm, fish. We get the shrimp. We cut the fish. What? The fish turns into a tree. Which is very normal and happens all the time in Rusty Lake. Don't worry about it. I think this is the only game where we get 3 levels of inventory at once. I believe that there's actually an achievement for doing that. And there's a body in the lake. Whose body is this? Is this... I would say it's too thin to be the boar or Mr. Crow's brother, who I'm blanking on the name of right now. William Vanderboom? Whose body is this? I think this is before Robert comes to the lake. I don't think this is Dale. Do we know who this is? Because there's recurring dead bodies that we encounter in these games, right? Like Laura's body, William's body. I guess Bob's body as well. Is this Mr. Rabbit? Is this, whatever the brother's name is from Roots? Not Roots. Paradise. I think this is Mr. Rabbit. Or maybe it's just a body at this point, and... because presumably Harvey is killed. So many people. Alright, and the reason why I was doing all this weird fishing is because I have this thing. The past is never dead. It's not even past. Which... I want on a t-shirt, if I'm being honest. I want it tattooed. I want it everywhere around me. Because that's just like... the vibe of being a system is just the past is never dead, it's not even past. All your past selves are with you, and they're all totally coping normally with everything. Alright, we got a gem. Coin goes bottom left, apple goes top left. Shell, and then the eye. And this is the first of our weird alchemy. So at this point, this is where the paths diverge of whether this mysterious unnamed person survives or dies this encounter. Did they already go and play the other game and get the second box. So if I use the blue gem, it would go inwards and I'd die right here. But here, because I went back and I helped Laura, I guess, or I am Laura. Maybe I am Laura in this game, and because I did the therapy, going through my cubes and figuring out who I was able to defeat my own corrupted soul. Yeah, that's the achievement for filling your inventory into 3 rows. It was what, 25641? So we go here. I guess we do have to go through and play all these again, but you know, I'm real fast at it at this point. For the amount of times that I've gone back and tried to get all the achievements and tried to remember, you know, just figure out what the story is. And basically every time that they do another big release, I try to go back and play all the games again. So we have Mr. Rabbit's magical whatever that just came out, and that was alright. I did feel like it was really just to promote merch, which, you know, they have merch, and I will admit I did get the cards. Was still waiting on the delivery, but, you know, I like cards, I like Rusty Lake, and I believe it's gonna come in the Matchbox. But, so that was like I guess an interim just to celebrate the anniversary. And then we're gonna have Servant of the Lake pretty soon. I don't know when exactly, I guess within a year. So that'll be nifty. Where is the other... Where is it? I just played through this game. I should know where this other photo piece is. The picture's not complete. It's not there. It's not by the oven. Is it with Harvey? No. Oh, did I ate Harvey's egg. Oh, it was there. It blends in with the background so well. Okay. Alright, going here. Favorite song. Play the song and break the song. So anyway, we've got Servant of the Lake coming, and I believe that's you playing as Harvey with the Vanderboom brothers, even though... So one thing that I've been trying to, like, figure out is why does Harvey side with the Vanderbooms if he's been working with, the Islanders for so long? And, like, when does Harvey sign on with the Islanders? And when does he decide that he's gonna protect the Vanderbooms instead? Because he does a lot throughout Roots for the Vanderbooms. So... where does he come from exactly? Was he, like, someone who was brought in through the Rusty Lake health retreat and then hired and turned along with, like, Mr. Bat and Mr. Toad and all that? Like, did David Islander, not David, Jacob Islander have a period where he's just like, oh, well, I guess I'm immortal now, I should probably turn a bunch of other people so that way I can not be alone? Did he... It was by the oven, no? Pry open the oven. Oh, right, gotta go to the moon. Even though I already know what the code is. Alright. Rest in peace, Laura. This makes a spooky sound, very fun. Um, did that. That's locked. Did I go through these? I felt like oh, right. The hand. So whose hand is that? Is that Albert's hand? It's got nice nails. I don't think this is Rose in any sense, because I don't see why she would have a severed hand. Is this... Because this is post-Laura coming to form. So... this being William's hand doesn't make sense. And I guess I apologize if people are watching and this is like their first introduction to Rusty Lake. But it is a sort of game where it's like I guess you're kind of encouraged to go back and play through the game over and over and like to get really into it, I guess. It's an acquired taste, but it is definitely my type of... Where is the key? I was just here. Come on, how do I not know where the key is? Oh, wait, there's the key. That is the one downside to the way that they do inventories in this game, is, I can't see that bottom right-hand corner of my screen with the way that, like, my desk is set up. So... very fun. Love that. Love that I can't see when I have more inventory available to me. Alright, cook the shrimp, go here, get the cube. Put the cube in... Okay, it was 25641. There we go. Yeah, so the games build upon each other, so that was something that they added when they ported this to Steam, is that was a reference to what was an upcoming game at the time. That's from Underground Blossom, which came out, what, 2 years ago? A year ago? Was that this year? Where is the time gone? But that was very recent, so like this game having a reference, it all builds on each other, right? So we have all of these 9 games. We just did the first 2. And then there's additional games as well. So I think if I exit full screen, then I can show you... Do I have my Rusty Lake category? No. But they have a bunch of other games as well. So... Wait, was that Laura's song? Like a Laura Twin Peaks song? The dun dun... No, I guess that's the Twin Peaks theme. The effects that Twin Peaks has had, and the fact that my first anime in this series, which has been a longtime favorite of mine, and Disco Elysium and so many others are all connected to that one show is kind of phenomenal. Uh, the reach that Twin Peaks had, that this and Soul Eater have technically the same source. Okay, so we did the first two. Yeah, that. Twin Peaks. That's the Twin Peaks theme. I would play that, but we are streaming and I don't want this. I guess, like, I'm not monetizing these streams, so it doesn't matter to me, but I think that YouTube is going to put more ads on the VOD if they identify copyrighted stuff. And just out of courtesy to you guys, I don't want to have a ton of ads on this thing. I know that I personally hate ads. There was like a setting when I was setting up the stream of, do I want targeted advertising to be allowed on my videos? And of course I said no. I don't know why anyone would say yes. I guess that they have like some sort of like behind the scenes stuff of like, oh, well, if you are monetizing your videos and you are getting like views per like ads, ad revenue, then I guess allowing targeted advertising would I don't know. That seems really scummy. I don't know why anyone would select to allow that. I mean, it was like a thing where you manually had to make a decision about it. I think we've got enough time for Arlay. Arlay is this is my favorite game in this like all of Rusty Lake, and it's relatively. Oh, I have to reset it. Yeah, I'll reset it. Okay, so this game is very different. So the game makers of Rusty Lake, they are Dutch, and famed Dutch artist Van Gogh in 1888. We got him. So this is a painting by Van Gogh that has been turned into a game, and oh boy, am I normal about this. So we got the little Rusty Lake guy, the hat. Um, so when I went to Amsterdam last year, I went to um, a couple art museums in there, and of course there was a lot of like Van Gogh, you know, people trying to sell merch of his paintings. So, oh God, do I remember how to do this puzzle? I know that this is one of those that I could have beaten in like 2 clicks. Okay, I go there, and then I go there, and then there, and no. Okay. So ideally, I just have those two on, right? Uh, am I just randomly clicking and hoping that it'll work itself out? Yes. Do I know that that's not the right way to do it? Also, yes. Okay. There we go. I did it. I got it. I had it. I will leave it like that, and hopefully it will remain solved. Because I think I have to go put a sunflower in there first, and I botched that. Whoops. Go me. Anyway, so when I went to the Rijksmuseum, I have multiple postcards of this painting in particular, 'cause it's so good. I love this painting specifically because of Rusty Lake, right? Like I definitely admire Van Gogh's work, but I mean, in terms of things that I have direct emotional connection to, is this game. I remember being, what, 13, 14, playing this, seeing Eyebrow Guy in the bedroom in Arlay. Alright, we got the sunflower, now we can solve the... It reset itself! Don't do that! I had it solved. What did I do? I had it. This is unfair. There. I did it. I did it. I solved it, and in much fewer clicks this time. I did it. I'm so good. Alright, we got my knife. Alright, other things we have available to... Alright, so there's the jackets. Alright, something fell out of the jacket. Pick it up. Got the key. So we have these like little symbols here telling us to color in things. We're trying to solve this painting. In order to do that, we need paints, and we need... Alright, let's do our absinthe. So we have our absinthe spoon. This is a type of alcohol that's very bitter, so you put a block of sugar on it, you have your fancy little spoon, and then you... I guess you presumably run it over sugar in order to add sugar to it. I don't exactly know how absinthe works. The only things that I've heard about absinthe are that it's fucking gross. So I'm not looking for it's not something that I'm looking to go try. So this is saying the water pitcher is up and down. Up and down is this thing. Up and down. Horizontal is those two, is the wine, the red wine. So let's... It's that one, and it was this one, and then these two are diagonal. There we go, I did the thing. I love it when I do the thing. Okay. Oh, I've got one more painting piece that I can go place. There's still sans one, which is unfortunate. I can scrub that away, which tells me G. Uh... Is it really that time? Is there no other things that I can do apart from... No, there we go. I can do the other painting first. Because what everybody knows about Van Gogh is he cut his ear off, and I really don't want to cut my ear off right now. Paul! If you have ever seen me tag a post saying my friend Paul whenever anyone shows up, and whenever anyone named Paul is mentioned, it's because he says my friend Paul. Alright, I stole the paints from Paul. Goodbye, Paul. Alright, we got our paints. Alright, so G is the color of that table, is like a light blue. Painting minigame time. I guess it's this blue. So I paint the moon, and then I'll clear that up. Uh, RA is like a teal. No. There we go. Okay. WM. WM is... that's HN. So HN is yellow. Is the color of the sun. GL is the color of the ceiling, I believe? Yeah. GL is the color of the ceiling. I'm so good at painting, you guys. I'm so good at painting. Alright, WM. When that one was HN. WM is the color of the towel, which is white. Okay. CL. I believe CL is purple, but I don't remember where I saw that. So I'm gonna try to verify that before I paint it in purple. It's that or it's dark green. From what I remember, which is cheating. Okay, can't go back there. CL. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's dark green. Okay. CL. And now we just have to find the question mark. Is it a blue cube? Is it a black cube? Let's see what Van Gogh says. By cutting off my ear and putting it in my ear bowl. Butterflies. My very nasty, nasty ear. Question mark is black. There's a gun. Love that. And we got 2 doors. Alright. Drum is 1, hammer is 3. I've got 4 things to identify the weights of. So drum is 1. Horn is 1. Hammer is 3. The stirrup, I guess, is 4, so that's 1, 4. The big horn, this is 4, 1 is 5, so it's 1, 4, 5. And this big thing is 8. So it's what, 1, 8. 1, 4, 5, 8. Ooh, so I can go back into the normal room where everything is normal and I can finish my painting. We did it. I got the cube. And I can put the cube in the thing. And now we can go back into my ear. We can go into the other room. And I believe this door is still open. We're in the other room now, where I'm spooky. Ooh, very spooky. Everyone knows what a spooky guy does. He gets the white cube. This game is, there's a lot of heavy subject matter in this game that I feel like it goes less into the specifically mental illness and more into the, like, esoteric the further on they go with the series. Uh, like, I guess, I don't know, Rob does shoot himself. But I guess, like, everything with Dale, everything with Albert, everything with Rose is more of, like, I've got some sort of weird conspiracy that I'm doing, and I'm gonna look into my conspiracy. So I guess they've kind of, and like White Door was made by like a B team or like a separate team. So I feel like the main team is kind of like moving away from games about mental illness and whatnot, and is trying to move towards the lore. But we open the door. We can go into the lake now. My friend Paul. I believe that's on my Steam profile as like one of my featured achievements is my friend Paul. I don't actually know anyone named Paul, but he's my friend. Alright, so we're about a third of the way through the Cube Escape collection, which is pretty nifty. Um, Alas, I do have stuff to take care of later tonight, so I believe I'm going to end the stream here. As I said, this was kind of like a one-off, just I wanted to play some Rusty Lake because I really like the series, and I don't want to set up like a precedent of I am a person who's just gonna play like big streamer bait games. Like I feel like Subnautica is kind of like the point of the game is just to have the streamer get scared when they get snuck up on by a giant sea creature. Um, and I feel like that Bite Night game, it's not really my speed. I kind of want to more move towards the kind of games that I actually enjoy playing. You know, if I'm gonna continue doing this as a long running thing. And I like the Rusty Lake games, so we're gonna do Rusty Lake. Um, Next stream, I believe I'm gonna be um back on Friday evening, and I will be doing maybe a bit of Brother Tale of Two Sons, and then I'll go back into Subnautica. Um, I did see a request for In a Dream Barbecue. Maybe I'll put off Brother, and I'll do... I don't remember how long the demo for Ina is, so I will get back to you guys on that. Maybe I will do Ina on Saturday. Friday might be more Rusty Lake. Plus Subnautica. So, Rusty Lake and Subnautica on Friday. Ina and Subnautica on Saturday. I don't know how long I'm gonna play Subnautica for. If I'm being honest, like I can already kind of get the vibe that it's not my kind of game, but we also did kind of get into like a actually making progress as opposed to just dying over and over again. So I will give it time. Um, I'll try to give it time. Anyways, so that's the stream for tonight. Thank you guys for stopping in. I hope that you guys kind of enjoyed this insight into Rusty Lake. Because like I don't know if I should be doing this for people who already know Rusty Lake, because I know that I have a lot of like Rusty Lake mutuals on Tumblr. So if I say like I'm gonna be streaming Rusty Lake, I could just be going into like everything that like assuming that my audience already is very familiar with it, and then I also know that I have people who are gonna be tuning in who maybe have never heard of Rusty Lake. So me saying like Robert, Mr. Owl, all that sort of thing, like who the hell is that? So I guess striking a balance is going to be difficult because I'm going back to games that I've already played the hell out of. Um, for me, the fun is like going back and trying to piece together like little details that I know that the writing staff of Rusty Lake is trying to work into and like continue. Like they haven't really like retconned any lore from what I can tell. The only big thing is like Harvey being trans And I feel like that was just an accident in the first game that is just like subtext throughout the rest of the games. It's not even subtext, it's just like the most minor thing, but it was an accident that they've just left in or haven't tried to eliminate. They haven't like erased references to Harvey's egg in other games or changed Harvey's name to something more feminine. Harvey is a male bird that uses he, him pronouns that can also lay eggs, and that's just how he works. But from what I can tell, like the lore just keeps building, and like a random body from one game turns out to be like a major plot point in a later game, or one random item that you encounter, like a clock in one game, turns out to be like a big deal in a later game. And that has been like very fun to watch as someone who, when I was following Bart Benet's blog, and I'm still following his blog of like games that he recommends for people who have exactly zero budget, um, and like puzzles. And I remember the first time he posted about Rusty Lake, and I think it was Samsara Room was the first one that he posted about. And I feel like Samsara Room I feel did get retconned because the current version of Samsara Room does not align with how we remember the game being when it first came out. So that got retconned. But that was also like the very first game, and I don't feel like they were intending on making a series at that point. And I know that like with Rusty Lake celebrating the 10-year anniversary, they're not including the fact that Samsara Room came out before Seasons. Like a few months, I feel like in the previous calendar year. But anyway, I've loved this series for a very long time. Uh, so kind of like the things that others, much bigger, more prominent streamers have said about if they're going to continue streaming, they're going to stream games that they want to stream. Like, I know that Germa is kind of like semi retired, but like the things that he does stream are because he wants to be playing those games, and it's not like I have to be maintaining this schedule and whatnot. Maybe. I'm not a regular watcher of Germa, but I do know that he's doing like the Four Horsemen stuff and whatnot. Anyways, I'm wondering what these conversations look like just as just to like a viewer of me talking to myself because I feel like within my head, I've got like these conversations going and jumping from point to point really makes sense, but I wonder if like the fact that I never really reach conclusions is irritating. Having any amount of feedback would be very nice to have because I feel like I keep starting stories already knowing how the story will end and then jumping to a different point because I reach a tangent point. Having any amount of feedback would be nice. Um, anyways, I said I was going to end 15 minutes ago, and here I am still rambling. um, I'm going to log off. I hope you guys all have a good time of day wherever it is you're at, and I will see you in what will be Friday, what might be very early Saturday morning your time. Uh, yeah, take care.